Hey, what is up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good, and thanks for stopping by to check out how to start a consulting business using the skills and knowledge that you already have. And the reason I wanted to go into this a little bit more is that when I'm on Facebook and on Instagram, a lot of times people say the biggest issue they have with a business or in their business is really just what to do, how to get started, and where to even go from the idea of having a business to actually providing a service. So I'm going to go over a few steps that you can use to really figure out how to get started and find something that you really want to do. It doesn't have to be something that's planned out. As you go through your process of starting a business, you're going to be iterating and continuing to update the things that you do. So let's take a look at how you can get started. And I'm focusing on consulting businesses because that's what I know. Some of these same steps will work for ecom. They'll also work for if you're like doing MLA or if you're providing, a service like tax accountants or agile consulting, which are typically what my clients are doing. This stuff will work, and it really work for any business because when you start with any idea, you really have to dig down into these steps. So I'm going to show you about getting started, defining your niche, which is your target market, talking about your current skill sets, helping you define the problem, creating a transformation, and then acquiring the additional skills that you will need to be successful. So, the biggest thing holding me, you, anybody back is really just a decision to get started. A lot of times we get into this analysis paralysis where we just have so many different ideas. Well, really, if we just would start, that's the biggest thing. Stop starting and start finishing. We have to start just going at it because really when you get into it you're going to start at one point and then you're going to get some information, then you're going to be at another point, then you're going to get some more information and be at another point. And this point may not even be where you need to be. You may need to come back and adjust this last point because everything's not going to be perfect on the first time. You're never going to be able to get things the way you want them to be. In our minds, we like to think into the future and we're like, oh, we have this perfect idea, this is exactly how it's going to work out. And you know what? It never does. And it just causes us unneeded stress and anxiety in our business because we're trying to be perfect when in actuality really just need to go and do what we like to call that's a D imperfect action. Imperfect action because you just want to be out here doing, you want to out here learning. You're going to get feedback. That's why this is loop. It's just really just feedback. You really just want to get more information so you can then take that information and apply it to your business and improve in every step of the way. So the biggest thing with getting started is just going out, doing, start talking to your customers and start figuring out what it is that they need. So really the after just getting started, you really want to think about what is going to be your niche or what is the target market. And if you're trying to create a consulting business that you're doing something that you love and not just doing something because you're trying to make money, you really want to think about what is it that you have a passion for, what is it that sparks that creativity in you. Because when you get in a business, you're going to need to take this on for a while. This isn't going to be a short-term endeavor. This is something that you're going to be looking to do for a couple more years or a few years in your life, and you're going to need to continue to have that passion, because if not, no, you're going to burn out in your business. So what you want to do is look at the things that you like. So for example, you may be good at healthcare. You may be some type of health professional. So you have those skills. So that's a market that you could target. You also may be good at technology. You may be good at repairing electronics, things like that. You just want to kind of list 3 to 5 things that are for you. This isn't really thinking about anybody else but you. So you can really find that business that's going to give you that push, something that's going to sustain you. And it's going to get hard. There are going to be times where you don't want to work on it, but that's why doing something that you have a passion for and a spark is going to be so important. And like I said, we'll look at more about this health niche, and we'll use that as an example as we go through this. So the first thing you want to do is just write down 3 to 5 niches that you have a passion for. So next, what you want to do is list 3 to 5 skills that you have. So if I was a healthcare professional and I'm providing a healthcare service, my current skill sets may be, I'm good at at administrative tasks. I may be a health admin, and I know how to use technology with that. I may also be a people person. That's also another skill that I have that I can leverage. It's going to be very important for me in my business, or for anyone in their business, to talk to customers, go out and reach to them. Another skill that I may have is I'm good with kids. You know, I may be a parent already and I have kids, and I may have run a daycare in the past. So that's another skill. So you just kind of want to think about, what are the things that I'm good at, things that I have done in my past. Maybe you even have a degree. Maybe you're even an engineer. That's not how you spell engineer, but you get the point. You may have skills in your past, or you may be an accountant as well. So really just write down the skills that you have, because this is where creating a consulting business becomes a lot easier, when you can take a look at what you have. Because a lot of times when we start businesses or see business that we may want to do, there's going to be a lot of startup costs. And we may or may not have that money to pay those startup costs. And a lot of times people think, oh, I can't get started because I don't have funds, or I don't have support. But the truth is, you know, you can take your current skill sets, and as long as you go out and learn a system, you can be successful. And that's why I really like consulting businesses, because it allows you to get started quite easily and use the skills that you already have to go out and make a living. So once you do those first two steps, so we've talked about your current skill set and defining your niche. The next thing you want to do is look at the problems within the niches that you talked about. So you want to go back and look at what's probably the one of the best niche that you like, and write about what are the things that's currently going on with the niche. What are the problems within the niche? What problems are they currently facing? What are they scared of? What kind of things keep them up at night? So looking at our health niche, let's just say that we provide weight loss. We have a weight loss program, and we provide that to our clients. So what kind of things do people who want to lose weight? Now, me, for example, at one point I weighed 240 pounds and lost weight, and now I'm floating around 190 or so. So I've been through this journey. So at one point in time, I was the target market for this niche. So what are some of the things they're currently facing? Well, they may be facing health issues. They may be having trouble breathing. That was one thing I struggled with when I gained weight. I was having trouble breathing. So what are they scared of? Well, they're actually scared of choking in their sleep. My wife would wake me up because it would sound like I was choking, and I really needed to get that situated. So you really want to kind of get deep down into what are the things that they're scared of. Also, my family has a history of diabetes and high blood pressure. So for me, family history was something that also was a concern of mine, and I was also concerned for the people in that niche, because a lot of us, particularly in the African American community, may have high blood pressure, diabetes in our family, and our families may have not had the best diets, and the foods that we now eat may not be the most healthiest. But you really want to get down into what people are thinking and what keeps them up at night. The health issues. The biggest thing is, if you don't take care of your health, it's death. And not too many people are trying to do that right now, and before their time. But that's one of the concerns that the niche does have, and you really have to think about that when you're thinking about your niche. So write down a bunch of problems in your niche, because then you want to figure out, okay, what is actually going to be the most powerful problem? So of the problems that you listed, which one speaks the most to your target audience, and which one has the most power? Which one brings out the most emotion? Which one draws that feeling from the client or from you that says, this is something that needs to be taken care of? And like I said, for me, or for anyone looking, or we'll pick for this niche of weight loss again, we're going to pick that, their most powerful problem is, health issues, and health issues controls your quality of life, And you can't move if you're not healthy. You can't interact with your family. Someone may even have to take care of you. You may become a burden. And a lot of people don't really want to do that, and that's why it's so powerful. They want to take care of themselves. They want to make sure that they're healthy, and they really don't want to be a burden on their family because they feel like they have so many problems already. So you want to pick something that's going to speak to your audience and is going to give them a reason to be motivated to want to interact with you and your product or service. And once you talk about the most powerful problem, you then want to go into the transformation and start thinking about, okay, what is it that you're going to solve and how are you going to solve this? We all wake up every day. We all wake up trying to become a better person. And what I mean by that is the economy of the world. Every day we wake up and we want to improve ourselves. We either want to continue to live, so that may mean just mean the basic things of eating and showering, but it also may mean educating ourselves, learning how to get over my health issues, learning how to work out, learning how to play the cello or anything like that, going to play basketball. We all want to improve, so we're out looking for products and services that are going to improve our lives. And so you really want to find how to solve the biggest problem that we discussed in the previous slide to improve your customers' lives. Because we all start at one point and we're really trying to go from A to B. And the way we get there is someone provides a product or service for us to get to that point. And you want to solve this problem because then you can become the person who's actually filling this niche. And this niche is really, I'm sorry, this is not a niche. It's really a gap. And you're doing what we call a gap analysis. You're saying, okay, what at this point my customer, potential customer, is at a state. They're in X. They're overweight and they're having breathing problems and they can't get up the stairs without, huffing and puffing. And they want to get to a point where they can go for walks on a regular basis, be able to spend time and play with their kids without having this health stress them out and having their health be having a negative impact. So you want to do an analysis of that gap and figure out what is it that I need to do to solve this problem and how can I solve this problem. And when you think about how solving, you want to think about, is there anyone else who's done it before? If there's someone else who's done it before and they're doing it now, well, it's just as easy as you going and taking a look at, okay, how can I actually take what they're doing and do it for my niche, and figuring out how it fits towards, the service that I'm going to be providing or that you're going to be providing. So that's what you really want to do. You want to talk about that transformation, figure out or think about that transformation and figure out how you're going to actually help these people solve their problem. And so now that you've figured out the problem that you want to tackle, the next thing you want to think about is, do you actually have the skills? Because, of course, you got to know what you're doing if you want to help somebody. Now, if you don't have the skills, that's not a problem. If you do, even better. So, think about it. Do you have the skills to solve this problem? If yes, good. You kind of picked your niche and you're really ready off to go. And it doesn't really take too much more thinking like that. You just need to go and start talking to your customers. If that answer is a no, you need to go look and see, is anybody else solving this problem? And if so, can you learn or copy what they're doing for your business? Now, when I say copy, I don't mean just take exactly what they're doing, but there's always inspiration out there for what you're trying to do. And a lot of times it's a lot easier to get started yourself when you can see what other people are doing and kind of feel. And honestly, that's the only way you're going to find your voice and find how you're going to want to work with your customers, is putting your information out there, putting your ideas out there and getting feedback and figuring out what other people are doing and seeing how other people are reacting to what you post and what the people that you're learning from are posting. So if you don't have the skills, you got to take some time to go get them. It may take you a few weeks to do that, and you got to learn. It may take you 17, 14. It may take you a month, not 30 months, a month. It might take you a month to figure this stuff out. But the fact is that you're going out and picking up these skills, and once you have them, no one can really take those skills away from you. And all that learning you've done to gather the skills to help your potential niche or client target market figure out their problem are going to be used in your business as well, but then along your journey helping other customers. So if you don't have the skills for the niche that you want to do, that you feel like you have a passion for, that is going to continue to push you forward, no big deal. Just remember that you can go out and learn anything. It's 2019. You can learn anything on the internet. You're learning about this right now from on the internet. So you can go out and find and gather the skills that you need via Google, other sites that provide learning, YouTube, things like that. That's what I do. So go out, figure out what they're doing right, take that and apply it to what you're going to do for your customers. And you touched about this the last slide, but what will be required to learn. So, if I'm in the weight loss niche and say maybe I'm good at fitness, but the service I'm going to provide is personal training plus meal plans. Well, if you've never taught anyone how to work out, if you've never taught anyone how to prepare meals, you may have done it yourself, but you need to put together a program. So, for example, if you were becoming personal training, you would go to another coach and learn how to teach people how to. You can also do that on YouTube, whatever way that you want to do to get that knowledge, and you may have knowledge yourself prepping the meals. You can go online and learn how to do meal plans for other people, learn how to even teach them how to prepare the food for themselves. So you want to go out and just kind of make a list of all the different things that is going to be required for you to kind of put together a winning formula for your clients or for your target market that you think is going to be beneficial for them on their journey and help them, get to success for the service that you are providing. So that's the winning formula. And actually, that's it. So that's all I had for you guys today. Just wanted to drop this quick video talking about target market, how to get started with your niche, and really just going out and starting. So that's the biggest thing holding people back, is taking the time to say, you know what, I'm going to push past the fears. I know I have doubts. I know that things are unknown, but I know that I need feedback. And the only way for me to get better in my business is to go out, put my information in the market, and see how people react. And once you have all this information, one thing I would ask is to start going to talk to people. Go find people who are hanging out in the weight loss niche. Find people who are on forums, Facebook. People are on IG posting about health and fitness. So go out there, see what the conversation is looking like, and start talking to people, because that's the only way you're really going to get information about your product and service once you've kind of figured out the niche that you want to do. And, even start out with friends and family, just kind of telling them the things that you got going on and seeing how they react to it. That's honestly the people who usually buy from you first are going to be your friends and family. So just go out there and tell them the things that you're doing, give them an update, not necessarily pitching anything because you don't have a service yet, but just seeing if they're having issues in the niche that you're picking and how you can possibly help them, with any questions, or maybe even doing a case study with them to get started. So like I said, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I share or make these videos once or twice a week. I also do live chats. So, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to leave any comments below. And as always, keep going. Thanks, guys.